Going through another quick stretch. We're going to jump right into it with our arm swing. So palms up. We're going to cross the body, turn the palms down, and then we're going to alternate which arm's on top. Again, this is just meant to loosen up our chest and shoulders, which may have been rounded forward during our first part of our morning. Maybe our drive into work, sitting at a desk or a piece of machinery. This is a great way to loosen up those joints, the muscles around the shoulder and back. Get a little bit more movement in there so we're not as rigid. And just get loose with it. We're going to do a step and twist next, so interlocking the fingers behind the head. Pull the elbows back so they're in line with the ears. And we're going to take that exaggerated, I'm going to show you this angle. I'm going to take an exaggerated step forward with my left foot. I push my hips forward, and then it's just a slight turn, all right? So as I show you from the front here, push hips forward, it's just a slight turn, right? Just to get a little bit of twisting. And you'll really feel that stretch in the hips as you push the hips forward and turn to that forward leg. And what we're going to do now is we're going to switch it. So when I take that step forward, push the hips forward, we're going to turn away from that leg, opening up the hips that way. So I step forward, hips, push forward, turn to the opposite side. We should really feel the hips open up on that one. Whoop. And just get a little bit of mobility and the spine too, right? Same thing, if we're facing forward all morning, we might not have rotated our spine at all today. All right, we're going to do a side lean next. What we're going to do for this, exaggerated step out to the side. We're going to push our hips to that same side, trail legs stay straight, and then we're going to also get that lat stretch in by putting your right hand on that supported leg or that bent leg and allowing the trail arm to come up there, all right? And we'll just alternate through that. Make sure you see me, so I load myself up, scoop up that arm. Do your best teapot impression. I'll just move this out of the way momentarily. Frontal plane by moving side to side. Should be feeling a stretch all along down the side into that trail leg. All right, now we'll stretch out our hamstrings by doing some floor sweeps. So lead leg straight, toe pointed up, big scoop on the ground. Again, this is a great way for getting those shoulders and chest warmed up as well. But mostly we are targeting those hamstrings here with these floor sweeps. Another muscle that is, essentially when you're seated, is flexed all the time, but it's not loaded, right? So it gets tight and weak. It's a recipe for injury, pain, or discomfort. Make sure that you're moving throughout the day. And we're going to go to our chair child's pose. So with the chair, I'm going to use the arms. You can use the arms or the seat. I just push my hips back while reaching forward, using that chair to support me. Use a little bit of friction within the chair, right? Like you can see how I can wobble that to allow your lats to stretch out, or your back. Side of your back, I should say, if you don't know what your lats are. If you need a break, you can always come up, right? And then back into it. You might find that after that, you're able to get a little bit deeper into it. we're going to go to our chair cat to cow. So this one takes a little bit of practice. You might be a natural at it though. So essentially, I load myself up, and I always find it easiest to start in cat. So I arch my spine up, and then I bring my spine in neutral, arching the spine, bring my head forward. Tuck chin, arch the spine up. I wanted to try to make this all standing as a, to make it a little bit more ease of access. But if you want to take this to the ground, I find the ground more effective. If you want to go a little lower on the chair, I find that makes it a little bit easier as well. But ideally, we're just trying to get some movement throughout that spine again, especially throughout that cervical spine, which is the neck there. We're going to do our standing quad next. If you want to use your chair for balance, feel free. We just grab one, bring it in line with the other leg as best as you can. Just stretching out the quad. Again, a muscle that can get fairly tight. You might even feel a little bit more in your hip flexors, which are certainly tight. Switch sides real quick. Show you from this angle. Ideally, we want the knees in line. See how, with my black pants, it's a little bit of an illusion here that you can't see my knee. That's ideally what we want to stretch out our quads. All right, and we'll finish with some upper trap and neck. So I'm going to go right ear to right shoulder, and in the meantime, I'm going to pull back on my left fingers just to get a little bit of a forearm stretch. So right ear to right shoulder, pulling back on these left fingers. You can deep press those to deepen that stretch, and we'll switch sides. So we're going to go left ear to left shoulder, pulling back on those right fingers. And if you want to increase the stretch, just deep press those shoulders, right? And now you're feeling it a little bit more in the side of the neck. That is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed that stretch with Dave. As always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to reach out. Just a reminder, we are in week 3 of resiliency, but you can join at any time just to do the past weeks. And if you want the emails, just let me know and I can forward them your way. All right, thank you and have a wonderful day.